It's a good question. Yes, I do. Post-traumatic stress syndrome really is kind of a recent titling of an old condition. World War II individuals sometimes were referred to as being shell-shocked or suffering from battle fatigue. In the Korean War, it was the same. In the Vietnam War, battle fatigue, shell shock, that occurred, but a little bit of the post-traumatic stress disorder language started to appear. It's only in recent times, since Desert Shield and Desert Storm, has there been a lot of attention focused on this. And surprisingly, it's fairly widespread. It shows up in a lot of different ways. Some individuals who have been in combat situations will suffer from nightmares and inability to sleep, and they break out into cold sweats, and in their mind they relive some of the experiences that they had seen in the combat zone. Others might have trouble adjusting to the day-to-day routines. Coming back into society is moving from a high octane, very highly charged environment into a fairly low-keyed, kind of even-paced, normal day-to-day routine. And some fellows have difficulty in making that switch. They get turned on with the adrenaline and the energy that adrenaline produces, and if they miss that, coming back, you begin to see strange behavior, like a person might want to drive his automobile 80 miles an hour in a 30-mile zone, and they do it because it gives them a little bit of an adrenaline rush. Or they might want to go into a pub and have a glass of beer and end up getting in a fight because there's adrenaline that associates with the fight. And so they instigate these situations to get the adrenaline rush. And people wonder about that. Why do these people do these things that are obviously destructive? Sometimes the person coming back will become withdrawn and avoid social contact. Don't want to deal with people. Don't want to go where people are. Has trouble with relationships. Has trouble committing. All of these things are symptoms or manifestations of post-traumatic stress syndrome. And I do know some individuals that have suffered from it, and a couple of them are still in treatment. It's kind of a group therapy thing now. And they're making progress. I myself have struggled with it a little bit early on, and I think I'm making some positive progress. Part of my therapy is talking with students like you. And sharing with you the experiences that I have and the observations that I have. Helps me to break out of the shell. I was one of those that withdrew. I didn't want to talk with anybody. Didn't want to be around people. Didn't dislike them. I just didn't want to be around them. Now I find that I seek out people now. I'm more comfortable with social relationships. But it's been 43 years. So it takes a while sometimes.